I just want to keep up with things, you know? Not to be left behind.
I compare it with illiteracy, really. Once you're not able to use the internet, that you are dearly like somebody that can't read and write nowadays.
Recently, Age Action Ireland produced a survey, and we received results from that survey from 120 of the participants. And the comments were pretty incredible. An 81-year-old basically said, I want to learn internet because I need this. And many, many other people responded in such a positive way that they felt somewhat excluded by not being a part of this new technology faction, this new inclusion of technology.
I think most people I know do feel excluded. It's almost like a new world with a new language.
You think about Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Jones or Mrs. O'Brien. Once a week they would go to the bank, and all of a sudden they don't have to do that anymore. People are telling them, family are telling them, their peers are telling them, well, why don't you do it online? It's so much easier.
Well, everything I look at now, it's either ring up, internet, email. I mean, you just can't talk to people anymore.
I've just applied for banking on the internet because I get the feeling in my branch that they'd sort of rather you did.
Many of the governmental and corporate entities that are, in existence today are moving towards an online environment, and they're trying to push either their customer base or their citizenship onto the use of the internet. All of this becomes an imperative that if we are going to try to move these services online, we must address the issue of digital literacy for the people that are on the wrong side of the digital divide. So the eCitizen program is an ideal tool to address the needs of those people.
Fear, I think there's a lot of fear in people, stopping them from going for these courses, and if there was a way of getting through to people that there's nothing to be worried about, I think that would help the whole process.
The reason I'm doing this course is so that I will feel more confident.
Too often people have been thrust into e-learning programs, say, well, sure, once you can get online, you can do it all online. It doesn't work like that. The eCitizen program that has been implemented here in Ireland is focused on smaller groups of people, articulating with a facilitator that would give them the immediate feedback and give them the tuition that they need to be able to kind of move seamlessly through a program like this in a comfortable way, dropping the fear factor that many people have.
Last week's, or Monday's lesson was so good that I feel a lot more confident. I mean, I even smile when I think of the computer, whereas I used to think, oh, if I have to, I will.
Research by Jones and Byrne, published in the Educational Gerontologist, suggested that older people who have received computer training have enhanced self-esteem and mental ability, increased social interaction, increased community involvement and independence, increased levels of self-confidence, and lower levels of loneliness.
I think I'm a very positive person, and I felt I was still young enough, maybe, to learn how to use the internet.
The internet would make day-to-day living easier, a lot easier than, go to shops. We get to sit down in front of your computer and you can order what you want and just press buttons, hopefully.
So this is our responsibility as community members, as community workers, as families and peers, and as older people themselves who know how to use computers. We have to be the motivating factor. So there is a change of attitude and a change of lifestyles too that really have to be understood and accepted.
Through the Foundation's creation of the program, the implementation of the program to the Irish Computer Society, the ICS, and obviously the ability to contact the individuals that are in need of the training through Age Action Ireland is an illustration of how the cooperation between the organizations involved with this initiative have allowed it to be a success.
when I'd see all these websites that I would have interest in, you know, and there I was sitting, couldn't get the website because I didn't have a computer at the time and I didn't know how to use the internet, and it was heartbreaking for me because in that way I missed a lot. I missed a lot of opportunities, I feel.
Now, as a senior citizen, I'm getting that education that I didn't have before.